Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the 2023 Nissan Armada. It is a 3-row full-size SUV. It is a body-on-frame. It comes rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. It also has the option of 7 or 8 passengers, depending upon how you configure it. This vehicle has some upgrades for 2023, but it is quite modern-looking, both inside and out, and there's a lot to show you. Let's get started with this vehicle on its own. It has LED headlights, and the look is a little dated compared to some of the competitors in the class, but if you're looking for a vehicle that's functional, this absolutely must be on your list because it is V8 powered, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Although there aren't any changes to the front end of this vehicle, you can see that it is muscular and it has all of the Nissan safety features, the safety shield behind that Nissan logo. Our test vehicle is a platinum trim level, so it rides on 22-inch alloy wheels. The entry-level wheel is an 18-inch. There's a 20-inch for the mid-grade and the 22 for the top of the line, riding on Bridgestone all-season tires. When you look at the profile of this vehicle, you can see there are no changes for 2023, although you still have this nice ventilation here that is functional. The built-in running boards, which are really good if you're height challenged, because the seating position we'll talk about in driving is really important on this vehicle and makes it stand out in the crowd from some of the competitors. You'll notice the body color roof rails and the privacy glass across the back. The warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles. It does not include any maintenance package. Coming around to the back is quite a bulbous rear end, if you want to call it that. You've got your upper wing with the integrated light, which is nice, and the wiper blade, and I hope when they do a redesign for 2024 they tuck that wiper blade up underneath, but we will see. That's coming very soon. Armada logo is here and the Nissan logo is here, LED taillights. One of the things I wanted to show you is this rear bumper. It is big, it's almost like a Jay Leno chin. But one of the things that it does, it's great for putting things on it. But overall, as far as look, personally, I think it's kind of large, and maybe this will be changed with the new model that we're coming out with in 2024. Your Class 3 towing is hidden behind here, so if you don't use it, at least it looks nice and clean. Platinum Edition, which is our test vehicle, and this vehicle is all-wheel drive. When it comes to visibility, you put the vehicle in reverse, and you have a nice around view camera, as well as lines to guide you so that you can see where you're going. Maybe you have a full load of people and a bunch of gear. Well, this rear view mirror turns into a rear view camera, which I really like, and that is part of the Nissan Armada standard safety features. When you put the car in reverse, the side mirrors tilt down. You can see that it has an around view camera, obviously reminding you to check your surroundings, but as you turn the steering wheel, you can see this works with you. Nicely done. Seating inside the Armada is for 7 or 8 people. On the higher trim levels, you're getting the captain's chairs in the second row, which reduces your seating down to 7 people. There is 2-way lumbar and a very high seating position, which we'll show you on the drive portion. But I do like the leather seating surfaces and this quilted pattern. Really nicely done. And these jumbo headrests to protect you in case of a rear-end collision. Seats are heated and ventilated. That is a 3-stage setup. Going to the passenger seat, you'll see that same seating as the driver's seat, which is nice that no one's suffering in the front row. In the second row, there are captain's chairs on our Platinum Edition. That's a $750 option, or you can get the bench seat if you prefer. That center console is not removable. However, there's a lot of niceties in this car. In the second row, you have entertainment screens. We'll talk about that in technology in just a moment. You've got pockets behind each the driver and passenger seat. And this really cool feature to access the center console in the second row, you have access to it just like you would in the first row. Automatic climate control, 2-stage heated seats, very nicely done. And going further back, the latch system for 2 child safety seats in the second row. The captain's chairs also give you this really nice size, very deep center console, good for a game station if that's what you wish, or just a bunch of stuff, and 2 cup holders. Very nicely done. Also in front of the second row center console is additional storage back here. It is a lot of area for a lot of items. There are also grab bars for the second row. To access your third row seating, just grab this, pull, and the seats fold up, giving you a lot of access. Easy to step into the vehicle and then into the third row. The third row does not have latch system for a child safety seat, but you could install one if you really wanted to. You'll just have to install it properly. Another way to exit would be through this button that's on the side of each of the third row seating, as well as 2 cup holders. One of the nice features is there is a vent in the third row as well as a grab bar. Just makes it easy to get in and out and also to keep the passengers cool. It's important to note that the sunroof is only over the driver and passenger seat and not over the second and third row. The audio portion of the safety features that I've left on that I would personally shut off are right here on the left side of the steering wheel next to the heated steering wheel, and your hatch as well as your power door open is right there. Your other safety or driver assistances are right here on the left side of the steering wheel. You can go up or down to get the different settings and to adjust accordingly. When you reach those driver assistants, you press the button and you can adjust each of the features that you want. Part of your driver assist features you can turn on and off are part of the driver attention, the timer alert. All of this is right here, and it's nice to have it available to you very quickly while you're driving, rather than going through the center screen and attempting to locate what you're looking for. All the additional information is right here. That's part of your safety shield. And there is a lot of standard features here, including automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning and lane keeping, standard blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, which you need on a vehicle of this size. Collision warnings of all types are here, as well as intelligent lane intervention, collision mitigation, that backup camera, parking sensors, and intelligent lane intervention, as well as blind spot detection. So a lot of safety features are standard. Not every brand includes them standard. And that's a nice feature. While we're here, I also like the fact that there are actual gauges right here rather than digital gauges. If something goes wrong, you have this vehicle for a long period of time, you'll be grateful that you have actual gauges. The Armada has not changed for 2023 as far as technology on the steering wheel. This is exactly the same as you've seen in the past. Easy to use, cruise control and safety features are right here. Every Armada has a large 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system with rotary controls for volume as well as tuning, which I like. I think that makes it really easy to use. Everything you need is right here, from your phone to your additional connections, destinations. You can go to your main menu here, and this will give you some of your standard features that you'd be looking for, and you can customize this, including that split screen, to whatever you would like. I think that's nice to give you those choices. And again, we all want different information in front of us. Further down, you've got your climate control. That is the same for this year. Behind this door, which is beautiful material, is a charging port for wireless charging, as well as additional charge ports here. Further down, USB, USB-C, and your trailer brakes, which are standard, and that is really helpful. Audio system in our test vehicle is a 13-speaker Bose system, and that is standard on the Platinum trim. Headrest-mounted display screens and open-pore wood is also part of this vehicle. New for this year is Amazon Alexa for SV, SL, and premium trim levels. Remote start, LED fog lights, and auto-dimming rearview mirror have also been added as standard from the Armada SV and up. Your drive modes are just below the charging ports. You've got snow, tow mode, and of course your 4 high and your automatic. Behind that is 2 cup holders, as well as additional interface to adjust your infotainment screen from map to audio, the camera, and whatever you need. And your standard, as I lovingly call, a Prindle: park, reverse, neutral, and drive. This large glove box has dual access, including from the rear, and it's got a very deep well as a charge port there. If you're in the second row, as we showed you, you can access just a portion of it. But that's a nice little feature so that people can get things out of the center console. Over on the passenger side, continuing this modern interior, all soft touch, which you typically don't get in a non-luxury vehicle. And it also includes a very large glove box for all the items that you want to carry. There's lots of storage in the door for the first and second row. Under the hood is a 5.6-liter V8 engine with 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque. This vehicle runs on premium fuel and is backed by a 7-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60 time, 6.7 seconds, 8,500 pound maximum towing capacity. Fuel economy is 14 miles to the gallon in the city, 19 on the highway, and that reduces by 1 mile per gallon with the all-wheel drive. Stopping for this big SUV, 60 to 0 is just 123 feet, and that's nearly 10 feet shorter than its closest competitor. This vehicle is available in rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. 0 to 60 time for the Nissan Armada is 6.7 seconds, but there is really good performance with this vehicle, which is important if you're using it for towing capacity or you've got 8 people on board or 7, and you've got full cargo and a cargo container on the top, or you're hauling a trailer. You're going to need that horsepower, and mostly you're going to need that torque. Because remember, you buy horsepower, but you drive torque. That's what gives you that push to get up and go. Now, the one thing you're going to notice the moment you get in this vehicle is extremely high seating position. I'm 5'8", and I feel like I'm sitting really high. I've got the seat all the way down as low as it will go, and I just feel that I have command of the road. Now, if you are a smaller structured person and you prefer a higher visibility ride, then this is a vehicle you must sit in and take for a test drive, because when you sit in this vehicle, and there's a running board to get up into it, as you know, we've covered that. You can see this high seating position. You can see the road in front of you. Many large vehicles, you cannot. You cannot get that seat high enough. This is at the lowest seating position, and I feel like I'm sitting really high for me, and I like to sit just a little bit lower than this. So again, it's really important to take any vehicle for a test drive that's part of that competitor set. And we're going to cover competitors as well as cargo and pricing in just a minute, so you want to stay with us. But one of the things you will notice right away in the Armada is a very quiet and smooth ride. This has really good pickup. All the safety features in this car are both audible, and they can push you back in the lane depending upon how you have it set. So that's really important. Another thing that you want is to be able to keep your eyes on the road and be able to reach those controls. There are large controls, easy to use, nice size lettering, which is important. So you're not real small print or anything. So if you want a vehicle that's functional and easy to use, this would be it. Dials are in front of the real gauges, which I really think, just like I said in technology, I think that's a really important factor when you own a vehicle. Overall, everything in this vehicle is easy to use and explains why the Armada is a very popular car in this category set. You're getting a lot of value, a lot of luxury, and it's not an Infiniti. You want an Infiniti, you can go buy a QX80. You want a Nissan that does everything you want. This is certainly something to consider. Of course, you got to test drive all the competitors, which we have. Good passing power, as you can see. And the brakes work well too, because someone literally just stopped in the middle of traffic for no reason, and I was able to hit the brakes, and those binders just grabbed really nicely. I like the brakes on this car, and they're well balanced for the performance, which is also important, that you don't have too much braking or not enough braking. This is a really good balance for both. Let's do a U-turn up here and see what the turning circle is like. This handles nicely. You don't have a lot of body roll considering the size of this monstrous vehicle. This vehicle is really easy to control, and I think that's an important factor of owning any vehicle, is feeling that confidence that you can drive this vehicle and not have to worry about keeping control of it. When it comes to cargo space, there is 16.5 cubic feet of storage behind the third seat. There is also additional little bit of storage for maybe an emergency kit underneath this cover. There is a full-size spare underneath. Fold down that third row seat and you're at 50 cubic feet of storage. Fold down the second row, it's completely flat, and you're at 95 cubic feet of storage. Second row is easy to access by folding that up or just folding it down, and you got additional storage. There's manual second row seats, but the third row, that you can do by just pressing the button, and the seats come right back up, although it's a bit slow. The 2023 Nissan Armada starts at $52,600 and goes all the way up to $69,265. Our test vehicle was fully loaded and came in at $71,000. Now, there are some pros and cons and a lot of competitors. On the pro side, great performance, lots of standard safety features, which is really, really important, and really comfortable high seating position if that's what you're looking for. On the negative side, the interface is a little bit dated. That will be updated for 2024, but if you're looking for a great value, this vehicle is all about value, getting a lot for your money compared to the competitors, which brings us to this long list of competitors. The Ford Expedition, the Chevrolet Tahoe, GMC Yukon, Jeep Wagoneer, Honda Pilot, Toyota Sequoia, Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade. We've reviewed them all. I'll have that in the list down below in the description with links to those reviews so you can check them all out on one channel. If you have any additional questions, put them in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. You can reach me through all my social media at Lauren Fix. The links for that, as well as the ability to support us by buying me a cup of coffee, is in the description below for the website, the podcast, the book, and of course, our social media. Thank you so much for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.